Brighton is a perfect capsule of how small town America came to be and came to grow.
I think what is iconic about New Brighton is when you enter New Brighton, all the beautiful homes that lead up to the main street and the main street itself. New Brighton is just a beautiful community.
My favorite building in New Brighton used to be the train station, is now turned into the Merrick Art Gallery. It has an amazing art collection and is also part of our town's history.
You know, what makes New Brighton special is its people.
New Brighton is a place with great potential. We bought our home in New Brighton, we started our business in New Brighton, and we want to raise our family in New Brighton because we saw where this town could go.
We've fallen on hard times, but yet we've never given up. I love that we, are reaching back to the past to push us forward to the future. So New Brighton has a deep history with the Underground Railroad. We are one of the few towns that still have 5 to 6 original safe houses, as they're called, still standing throughout the country. And to have that in such a small little town is, after all these years, is phenomenal. We need to make sure that we keep these houses in good shape, and some of them do need some help.
If I could choose one property to revitalize in New Brighton Borough, it would be the Evan Townsend House, as we locally know it. It is currently vacant and in a state of disrepair. New Brighton Borough was founded in 1838. The founding family, or one of the founding families, was the Townsend family. The Townsend and many of the other early settlers were Quakers, were abolitionists. New Brighton Borough, because of them, was one of the main players and became a hub in the Underground Railroad movement because of its proximity to the rivers. The Evan Townsend home, however, is the one home out of that group that was once grand and could be made so again and repurposed.
I believe New Brighton has some buildings that do need renovated, and one would be the one behind Foodland, the old Foodland. It's a beautiful building, and I think it's even on the historical books, but nothing has ever been done with it. I would like to see something done with that building.
Well, if I had to do one in the commercial area, the one that I would do is where the shoe repair is. If you've ever stepped back and looked at that building, it is gorgeous. It has all of the detail in there, but it's fallen apart, and if we don't save that anytime soon, it's going to be gone. But that's the one that I would really love to save.
I think about the old Red Cross building, and how it has such beautiful architecture, but it's really nothing right now, and I wish that it was something.
What I love most about New Brighton is that it's a classic. It's like the Coca-Cola of towns. It's just like there's so much history, there's so many memories, there's so much value to it. If it was a car, we would take it to the classic car shows. We would tour it everywhere. I think you guys should select us because we need it. We need some help just stoking the fire of people everywhere. I think because it is a classic, I think we've kind of let it sit in the garage for a little bit and kind of collect dust, and so we need someone to put some new parts in, buff out the scratches, kind of add some fresh paint, and just remind us all of the value that's here.
HGTV should choose New Brighton for its hometown takeover for a number of reasons. New Brighton's architectural landscape is unique and dates back to before its founding in 1838. New Brighton's story is similar to other towns, but at the same time, it is one of a kind. Can other towns say that they have 6 standing safe houses that were used in the Underground Railroad? and that Frederick Douglass spoke in their town, and at the same time had a female writer, Sarah Lippincott, living in our town while she wrote for the New York Mirror in the 1800s. Not to mention a father and son Major League Baseball connection in Tito and Terry Francona. And also for the past several years, we have had eagles nesting along our riverfront. I'm confident that the viewers of HGTV would be interested not only in our buildings, but also our story.
She is a benevolent town. You know, when you think about the founding family, the Townsends, and how they were influential with the Underground Railroad and other families like that, that kind of like formed the foundation of this town, just helping people who were in need.
The thing that I love the most is just the tradition of the families, and you know, the way things have just been passed down, you know, throughout our town. We are small town America, you know, and the people that live here and the people that have lived here are just hardworking, fun-loving people that support all activities in the community, and just are proud to be from our small town of New Brighton.
When I think about what makes New Brighton special, I guess I think about what makes it home, what makes it, you know, where we want to raise a family. And look at that, there's a football helmet. I think about the diversity in our town. I think about how we have folks from different economic backgrounds and racial backgrounds, in a minute, and how everyone just kind of exists as neighbors, and that doesn't always happen everywhere. I think about this young generational push for community engagement and involvement, which I think is really cool. All of these organizations and clubs that have been coming together for community involvement, and to think of activities for us to do, and raises pride and kind of breathes young life into a town that maybe we've been lacking that for a little bit.
What do I love about New Brighton is the small community sense of family, and just it's an urban place. There's not a lot of hustle and bustle. It's if you need to get somewhere, you're not congested. It is far away from the bigger communities, so that you don't have all that traffic and congestion that you do in other communities. So I would have to say I like the small sense of the community.
With the help of HGTV, we can do a lot to revitalize this area and bring new life and new energy, because I feel like this area has all the foundations, it has all the building blocks, it's just, it hasn't been maintained. People haven't kept the structure together, and a lot of things have been left to whim and been left to chaos. And I feel like with the right planning, with the right structure, with the right help, we would be able to do incredible things for our community and for the future of our people.
HGTV, help us restore our town to preserve our history and ensure our future.